Hello friends! Привет, друзья! In this lesson we are going to talk about the genitive case. So this case is used in different situations. Not to make you confused, I decided to divide them into separate videos. In this definite lesson, we are going to answer one simple question. Откуда? From where? For example, when you say where you are from, where you are coming from, where you come from, or where something comes from. When you want to point out that something comes from somewhere, we use the genitive case. So we've got some words in the nominative case of masculine, feminine, and neutral. Мужской род. University, play at the theater, museum, and resort. Университет, спектакль, музей, санаторий. Feminine words. Школа, school, деревня, countryside or a small village, аудитория, audience, аптека, drugstore, pharmacy. Neutral, село, village, деревня and село synonyms, but село is usually a bit bigger than деревня. Озеро, lake, море, sea, общежитие, hostel. When we want to say that we come from these places or we left these places and going to another place, of course we put these words in the genitive case. Look, we've got two prepositions, is and s, sometimes so. So when the word starts with s, like in the word спектакль, then we use со спектакля. Is and s, what's the difference, you may ask me? When we want to point out that we are leaving a physical place, like the building, then we say is. It's like we are coming out of somewhere. We were inside and now we are going outside. This is when we use is. S is usually used with events. For example, in the case with озеро and море, we say с. If you put is озеро or is море, a Russian person will understand that you actually came from the inside of the sea or the lake. С озера, с моря means you come from the events that happened there, at the lake, at the sea. Now let's change the words. Университет, университета. Zero ending got the ending a. Sorry. Спектакль, we've got soft, that's why we've got я in the end. Soft, я. Са спектакля. Из музея. If there is y in the end, it becomes я. Из санатория. Y becomes я. Школа, из школы. А became и. Из деревни. Я became и, because я is soft sound. Из аудитории. Я became и. Из аптеки. А became и. You may ask me why. After the letters G, K, H, А becomes и. Село из села. О became А. Озеро с озера. О became А. Море с моря. Е became я. Общежитие из общежития. Е became я. Now let's do some practice. Exercise 1. Откуда ты? Откуда вы? Откуда ты родом? Откуда вы родом? Where are you from? So when someone asks you where you are from, you should put the name of the country in the genitive case. Look, Anglia becomes из Англии. Германия из Германии. Франция из Франции. Турция из Турции. Кения из Кении. Норвегия из Норвегии. Дания из Дании. Финляндия из Финляндии. Македония из Македонии. And so on and so on. By the way, write down in the comments where you are from. So you simply say, я из For example, I am from Russia, so I say I am from Russia, я из России. Let me write my sentence as an example. Я из России. And by the way, we can use dash here that shows that I am from Russia. This one substitute the verb to be. You can check the video on to be on my channel. Now write down in the comments where you are from. The countries that belong to masculine words like Sudan, Honduras, they usually get the ending a. Ты откуда? Я из Судана, из Гондураса. The countries like America, Mexico get the ending e because you remember that after the letters g, k, h, a becomes e. Ты откуда? Из Америки, из Мексики. But the other words that end with r get the ending и. Ты откуда? Из Канады, из Украины, из Молдовы. Pольsha is feminine and a becomes e because you should remember this rule. После ж, ш, ч, щ we use the ending e. After these letters, we always write e even if we pronunciate it as и. For example, откуда ты? Я из Польши. So in the end, you can hear и, but in the written speech we use и. И Литва. Откуда ты? Из Литвы. Exercise 2. When you are asked what city you are from, you also put it in genitive case. For example, what city did you come from? Or what city do you come from? You simply say, Я из Москвы. I am from Moscow. Я из Киева. Я из Варшавы. Я из Нью-Йорка. Я из Стамбула. Из Лондона. Из Берлина. Из Парижа. Из Минска. Из Алматы. Write down in the comments what city you are from. But if you are from the cities like Oslo, Tokyo, Mexico, Bordeaux, Santiago, Cali, Grodno, Vilno, Kovno, Chile, Tbilisi, Nagasaki, then you shouldn't decline it by cases. Those names are exceptions. You should remember this. Exercise 3. Поставьте слова в скобочках в родительный падеж. Put the words in parentheses in the genitive case. So here we are not talking about cities or countries. We only mention some events or places. First one. I came back from the practice. Я вернулся. Masculine. Я вернулась. Feminine. С практика. These words are in nominative case. We should put them in the genitive case because we want to say where did we come from or where do we come from, and so on and so on. Я вернулась откуда? Я вернулась с практики. Практика is an event. That's why we use the preposition с, not is. My sister left the concert. Сестра ушла откуда? From where? С концерта. Concert is another event. That's why we use the preposition с. My friend left the cinema. Друг ушел из кинотеатра. Кинотеатр is a place, and here we mean that it's a building. Из откуда? Кинотеатра. Следующее предложение. The students returned from the library. We mean the building. Студенты приехали откуда? Из библиотеки. 5. The freshmen came from the canteen. Первокурсники вышли откуда? Из столовой. 6. The taxi driver returned from the airport. Таксист вернулся откуда? Из аэропорта. Из аэропорта. 7. The colleague came back from the center. Коллега приехал из откуда? Из центра. It's a physical place, that's why is. 8. The husband came back from the business trip. Муж вернулся из командировки. Из командировки. 9. The girl came from the birthday party. Девочка пришла откуда? Со дня рождения. День рождения, it's an event. 10. The man came out of the car. So physical thing, right? A car. Мужчина вышел из откуда? Из машины. If you have questions, please ask me in the comments. Упражнение 4. Напишите, откуда пришли, приехали эти люди. Write where these people came from. Туристы, прийти, музей. So we've got 3 words. Subject, the verb infinitive, and музей, object, a place where they came from. We should put them in the past simple, and we should put the red words in the genitive case. Что у нас получается? Туристы пришли из музея. Why is? Because it's a physical place. Second, Victoria came from the shop. Виктория прийти магазин. Виктория что сделала? Вика пришла из магазина. Catherine came from the conference. Катерина приехать конференция. Катя что сделала? Катя приехала с конференции. С конференции because it's an event, not из конференции. Next one. Max came from work. Максим прийти работа. Максим что сделал? Пришел. Откуда? С работы. Not из работы. С работы. Miguel came from the restaurant. Мигель прийти в ресторан. Значит, Мигель что сделал? Пришел. Откуда? Из ресторана. Next one. Marina came from the excursion, from the tour. Марина приехать экскурсия. Марина приехала откуда? С экскурсии. Экскурсии. Экскурсия is an event, that's why we use с. Leonid came from the optics. Леонид прийти оптика. Лео пришел откуда? С оптики. Next sentence. The neighbors came back from the vacation. Сосед приехать отпуск. Сосед приехал откуда? С отпуска. Отпуск is an event, right? Next one. The parents came back from the clinic. Родители приехать поликлиника. Родители приехали откуда? Из поликлиники. Из поликлиники. Next sentence. The children came back from the street, from the outside. Дети прийти улица. Дети пришли откуда? С улицы. In this case, улица is not physical thing. It's a place where some activities take place. That's why we say с улицы. Nina came back from the lake. Нина приехать озеро. Нина что сделала? Приехала откуда? С озера. If you say из озера, it means that she was inside the lake for some time and she decided to leave it. But с озера means she came back from the events that took place at the lake. The last one here. Andrew came back from the sea. Андрей приехать море. Андрей что сделал? Приехал откуда? С моря. The same with the word море. If you say из моря, it means he is like a fish, spent some time in the water, and he left it. But when you say с моря, it means from the events that happened at the seaside. Maybe they played volleyball, not only swam. Oh, we have one more sentence here. Michael came from the canteen. Михаил прийти столовая. Михаил что сделал? Пришел откуда? Из столовой. He came from the canteen, from the building. Here, guys, we are going to stop. If you have questions, please let me know. Take good care of yourself. Good luck with Russian. Bye-bye.